Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
Welcome to another edition of Zacks Top Stock Picks. I am Brian Bolin, and I am the aggressive growth stock strategist here at Zacks, and I'm going to give you a stock pick, as is David Bartosiak a little bit right after me. So let's just jump right to it. So my top stock pick of the week is Pure Storage, and that's PSTG for the ticker, Pure Storage. It is a Zacks rank number 1 strong buy, and much like my growth videos, this one has a wonderful growth divergence. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the Zacks style score for growth is a solid A, while the Zacks style score for value is an F. Growth investors and value investors are inherently looking for different things. So when I see that there is the big divergence there, the big difference between the growth score and the value score, I know that I'm on the right path for my growth videos. But this is for the top stock pick of the week. And I think that the reason that I really want to bring this out is to show how well everything has been going since this earnings beat. You know, the stock is trending much higher, as we can see right there on that chart. But let's go to the tail of the tape, as we would say, the rest of the numbers, and see what we got. All right, so first thing we always look at is earnings beats, and we see 4 of them, and they're all of good size. This one really skews the average there, 525%, but 45% there, so 171 on my average. But we would probably ratchet that right down to about 50% if we eliminate that one singular beat that was extremely large. Where have estimates been going over the last 30 days? 20 cents to 26 cents for this quarter, 29 to 36 for next quarter. For the full year, 95 cents to $1.18. That's great. And then $1.11 to $1.34 for next year. All of those are wonderful things to see. Let's cheat a little bit and take a look at our growth. And I can see right here, boom, 26% top line growth this year and 15% next year. So still in the double digits next year, and we still got a little time for analysts to raise their expectations for next year as well. Let's take a look at the valuation for Pure Storage. 25 times forward earnings, which is, you know, that's not cheap at all. That's somewhat expensive. But we can see for the most recent quarter where top line growth was 30%. When you're growing faster than your multiple, that's a good thing. Price to book is a little high here at 12 times, but this is going to be one of those asset slim businesses. Therefore, the price to book multiple is always going to be pretty high. Price to sales at 3.5 is a little bit rich too. Here we can take a look at margins. We see how they were negative. They flipped to positive, and then boom, going up to 2.5%. Looks like things could just keep on rolling higher for this storage company, digital data storage companies. Let's take a look at the chart here, and we can see a nice underlying trend over the last few years. I mean, if you think about this in a long-term investing idea, it's been looking rather well here. You know, there's been support, it's been traveling higher, it's been testing higher ranges. But for the most part here, I'm excited about this beat and how estimates have turned much higher, as we can see there. Therefore, I like the stock as my top stock pick of the week to continue its move higher in a space that, you know, is looking pretty strong, looking pretty good. You know, this is one name to make sure you keep on your radar screen. Well, I hope you found that very interesting. Let me pass this on now to David Bartosiak for his top stock pick of the week.
Well, thanks for that idea, Bolin. I've got another one here for you. It's Zacks rank #1 strong buy, Digi International, ticker DGII. It's been a winner for Surprise Trader. Let's see if it can be a winner in the future. Like I said before, Zacks rank #1 strong buy. Check out the style scores: a D for value, B for growth, D for momentum. Have it round out with a VGM composite score of C. Technically, it's in the computer networking industry, which ranks in the top 14% of our Zacks industry rank. This company is about the Internet of Things and all that sort of automation that comes along with it. But rather than going direct to consumer, they concentrate on the industrial space. So let's take a look at some of these ratios here now. Trading at a little richer than 22 times earnings. That is less than the industry. I mean, much more than the industry average. But remember, this is a little bit more growthy of a name, and you'll see why than you typically get just in your computer networking stocks. A little richer than the S&P 500 right now too, at 18.22 times earnings. So let's dig into what I mean by the growth. So current year, 24% growth on sales. Next year, that's slated to go to 10.39. Current year EPS, yeah, a quintupling of their EPS number. You look to next year, it's going to be 16%. So those are still really nice numbers there on the growth side of things. Let's look at my favorite chart, the price consensus and EPS surprise chart on Zacks.com. The left y-axis corresponds to the actual EPS number, which is these multicolored lines. And then the right y-axis is the price, which corresponds to that solid black line there. The little green arrows earnings beats. Now, I want to show you something. We have some momentum here. 4 earnings beats in a row. Because before that, you had a small miss and then a really big miss to kick off 2021. Something I want to point out, though, is this huge hike up in expectations that occurred, right? So when you see that big move in earnings, it tends to have a big move in the stock, too. And that's exactly what happened. Now, the other thing here is, notice this just negative sort of move where you had, high expectations, and then they would curtail those throughout the course of the year. That hasn't happened anymore. Now it's the opposite, where the expectations start lower and start ticking higher. That's exactly what you want to see on a stock for the long term. So that's partially why I'm naming Digi International my top stock pick of the week. So there you have it. That's my top stock pick of the week. Be sure to check out Zacks.com/promo for this week's deal on our home study course. For Brian Boland and I, along with everybody else here at Zacks.com, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week.